Well, I mentioned that Lou said we should have files. And when the collection came to the University of Canberra, she had 60 files on authors and illustrators. We now have 465 files on every Australian author and illustrator who has a body of work. We have research files on publishers, children's publishers, and we also have research files on people who do a lot of reviewing of children's books. So what you have is the whole story, how the books are reviewed. You've got all the books that you can look at. And I haven't mentioned that the collection is now 30,000, and when it came here it was 1,000. So it's been a massive growth. We also have, in terms of translations, that was the reason why we had to move here. We now have 3,800 translations in 55 different languages, one of the biggest collections of Australian children's books in translation in the world. And that shows the importance and the value and the recognition of Australian children's literature. And the file growth too, moving from 60 files to 465 files. Now I'm going to show you a little bit further on what we're doing. Well, I mentioned that we have the books, and we also have the translations, and we have the research files. But when we became a cultural gift recipient, and we began to receive donations from authors and illustrators, we began to receive their papers and their artworks. And therefore we had to provide guides to those. So here's a couple of examples of guides to Australian children's authors. One is Emily Rodda, who's the well-known author of Del Toro Quest. We also have the biggest collection of her works, 1,200 editions in 25 languages, covering about 10 bays in our collection back in the back. And this is a collection of the papers and manuscripts of Gary Crew. Now altogether we have about 55 different collections of authors' papers and manuscripts and artists' artwork. What we do is we have this kind of material, which is a very long, detailed examination of what's in each one of the boxes, what's in each one of the folders. And we put these on the website, so that if you searched on Emily Rodda or you searched on Gary Crew, up would come what we call our finding aid to what we have. We also have all of our books are cataloged, which means that if you wanted to know what books we held, you'd be able to do that from anywhere in the world, free access. So that means we don't just want to have things. We want to be sure people know about them. We want to make this a sharing kind of collection, that people see the importance of their own cultural heritage. Okay, so that gives you an idea of the kinds of things we collect. Now we're going to move on to another section,